What's up, everyone? Corey's playing Forza 7 right now. Just got that. But I'm working on this car. So the other day, Fat Matt and Corey pulled the single cam out of it, which is somewhere right there. And if you watched the last video, we got this sweet 1JZ, picked up the full turnkey swap for it. So that's all ready to basically go in. But first, this is really dirty. So I need to clean that. I'm going to cut the fender wells, pull the stock chassis harness because it's getting a race harness. We're also doing an FD spec cage, tube rear, 5-lug, Z-brakes, hydro with dual calipers. Maybe something else? I don't know. But I'm gonna get started pulling the wiring harnesses out of it, pulling the interior out of it, pulling all the parts out of it that we stuffed in there, and get it ready for some cool stuff. This right here is why we're going with a tube rear. Kind of told him I really wanted to. One of the previous owners apparently used to keep salt back here for when the car would get stuck in the snow. He'd just throw some salt under the wheels and get unstuck. But he didn't think about the fact that salt eats metal. You see shit like this wire, which I just cut, going up to the front to a switch for the fuel pump. But then there's shit like this baller ass Sparco harness. You pull that guy right there, and it releases it way easier than the usual shit. And then this thing holding the fuel tank up, shit's wild. So starting off with the wiring, just pulled this whole side off, clips. It's usually a lot easier just to break the clips and then cry about it later. So I'm doing that, even though it's not going to be my problem. I'm just going to have to sell it for cheaper with broken clips. And I mean these clips, not the wiring clips. Be nice to the wiring clips. Fuck those guys. But I'm gonna pull it out through there, work my way forward, and do all that shit. This is that good you find on 240s. Ratchet strap holding the battery up rather than holding the battery down because you got a giant fucking hole where your battery's supposed to go. But that's going in the back now. Me and Matt just got the dash out, so there's that whole mess of a mess right there. Now I'm working on all that wiring there so I can get the front chassis harness out. And if Matt didn't abandon me yet, he'll work on in here and I'll work up there and we'll do something. Yeah. Pulling the tube rear bumper right now, and then I'm going to cut out the rear end. Cut out the rear end. And then tomorrow I'm gonna pressure wash the front and then cut some of that shit out too. Alright, I need my hand back. There it is, all cut out, mostly. Somewhat cut out. Corey's a vape fag. Somewhat cut out. Got rid of most of the sound deadening besides the little chunkers there. I'm still gonna chop it probably there and then a little further on the outside. And then clean up the line on the back a little bit. But there's all the rusty mess that we put on there. Shitty shit. So, yeah, still need to pull this guy out. And that guy is not being used. And then this will all be some tube section once I order a little fuel cell going right there. Little battery right there.
Hey Matt.
Little fuel pump.
Hey,
what?
What kind of tube are you using?
Corey, is you gay?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, hit up Corey. Apparently he's gay. I'll give you his phone number if you want. Just let me know. He'll give you that good suck. So it's cold outside now, so I can't pressure wash that fucking shit. but I'm just gonna cut it anyways. So basically, I'm just gonna cut out the wheel wells to get rid of that junk, make room for intercooler pipe to go through here, and then basically kind of get it ready for a tube front. Even though I'm not gonna be doing it on this round of working on the car, but the cut wheel wells will give clearance for angle and all that stuff.
Orange Mound, North Memphis, South Memphis, West Wood. Orange Mound, North Memphis, South Memphis, West Wood. Orange Mound, North Memphis, South Memphis, West Wood. Orange Mound.
So there she is, all cut out. And what this basically does is just give you a lot more clearance. Obviously, this is a really tiny wheel and stock angle, but he's going bigger wheels and angle mods. So this gives you a lot more clearance for your wheel to come in here and not rub on the inside of the wheel well. Ooh, I almost fell over. And then eventually we'll go put a tube from there down to there, which will just brace this area up and make it, you know, stiffer than factory. This does lose a little bit of rigidity, but with, you know, a strut brace or anything like that, it'll basically be about the same. So it's not a huge downgrade. And then the only thing I need to do is just zip tie this guy up out of the way, because previously he went through a little slot right there and got held up, but now, yeah, just zip tie like that and she'll be good. And now I just need to do that side. So now I need to pressure wash it and pull out wiper motor, cut the little VIN plate out, pull the brakes and clutch master out, probably pull all the front suspension out too while I'm at it. And then I'm gonna shoot the engine bay, some color, I don't know what color, but yeah, I'm gonna shoot it whatever color he wants, I guess. And then we can start putting a 1J in it. So that's all how that's gonna be, just for paint and whatever. Yeah, it looks like shit, but there's really no point in unbolting and undoing your brake lines and having to re-bleed your brakes just to spray the engine bay. So I pretty much just do that, and then I just work around it. I pull those out of the way a little bit more, tape everything off, and shoot it. And you can get everything. It's better than leaving the brake booster in and not getting a bunch of paint right there. And then it's a lot less work than pulling all of the lines and everything and dealing with that hassle. But that is it for this video. That's basically the full teardown of this car. The windshield still might come out, but there's a crack over there, and I don't know if I want to deal with that, even though I'm putting a gauge in it. So I'm going to talk to the owner and see what he wants to do. But now I can pretty much get started. I can clean it out, shoot it with spray paint, or paint out of a gun. Shoot it with paint out of a gun, not shooting him with a gun. Anyways, yeah, put the engine in, get started on all that, do the roll cage, do the tube rear. You can watch that on the later videos, and I'll get to that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I got dirty hands and a big beard. Who wouldn't want to subscribe to this beard?